All right, it's been a minute. What's up, Corey?
A minute is an understatement, my brother. We back,
Oh,
baby. We back.
boys and
NFL
the
season. We
birds,
back, baby.
or birds and the boys, I guess is the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
appropriate
yeah, yeah.
title
Let
of
the birds be
this.
first. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. We still the champ. Well, no, we not the champs. It's a new year. We got a new feeling. We not the champs. We working on something. That was last year. We off
hmm
of that. We on this year.
I hate it. I hate everything about it. It is what it is. What's up, everybody? It's been a minute. Welcome back to Birds and the Boys. This is the new year, NFL 2025. Week one is already over. Oh my
That's
god!
crazy. It's crazy that we're here already.
I know, right? It was what February. What day was the Eagles Super Bowl?
See, I don't remembering stuff like that. I just remember that we won, and it was
I'm gonna be so fucking for real with you, Corey. If the Cowboys win a Super Bowl in my lifetime, I'm gonna remember the second. All right, I'm not gonna
nah,
say it's the most important
because
thing that would have happened to me in my life, but it's gonna come top three at
nah, I
least.
remember everything about that day. I just don't remember the actual date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, but it's good. I'm
that's
happy we
crazy.
got to celebrate a little bit. And
Yeah,
then we here now. So your boy ain't. I'm just happy that we got NFL football, we got college football, and sports is about to be at an all time peak again.
yes it is.
So I'm lit about it. You know what I'm saying? We get to the tail end of baseball now. We ain't gonna talk about the Rangers right now. But
They're almost in the wild card.
I know
You don't want to
I would
jinx
like for them to have
it.
they started picking up steam. At the beginning of the year, bro, it wasn't looking too nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Injuries.
I don't like the I like to have for baseball because there's so many games, I like to have a consistent season.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I'm with it. If we make it in and can make a little run at the pennant,
It
I'll
sucks
take it.
because we were gonna have the Cy Young winner, and then he injured himself. So
Facts.
yeah.
So wait, man, stop throwing the ball so fast, man. Golly.
I mean, take the juice off a little bit, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Or maybe take the juice.
But baseball's not ready for that conversation, Corey. That's a few years from
Take the
now.
juice.
Well, hey, everybody. As we said, week one is over. Unfortunately, there's some results that we have to get to, and of course, we have to talk about the really the most important game of the week. But for some reason, it is this early in the season. Corey, when's the last time the Eagles and Cowboys played week one? What's that?
Let's. It's been a while. I wanna say it was like 14 years or something like that. It's been a while, bro.
It's been at
And
least since the last time the Cowboys were like really ass,
yes,
like
yes,
really really
it
bad.
was a time ago, and y'all received your spanking a time ago too. And then I remember one time Donovan McNabb was playing, and it was like the hottest game. You remember that the
People was
pickle juice
passing out.
game? Yes, bro.
hmm
I'm finna look it up. The pickle juice game, bro. I know y'all. I know you remember. Well, maybe you don't remember this, but I do for sure. Um, yep. Between that was 2000,
hmm
September 3rd, 2000, week one, 2000. Now, granted, the Cowboys weren't good that year.
No, no.
Dave Campo was the head coach.
Yeah,
It was 41-14.
2001 is crazy. We still had two towers. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was what a time. I mean, you had Trey Thomas,
hmm
who was our left tackle. I mean,
Trey
John
Thomas is
Runyon, who was
insane.
still playing.
John
Donovan
Runyon is
McNabb,
crazy.
Deuce Staley, Cecil Martin as a fullback, Hugh Douglas as linebacker, Jeremiah Trotter, Troy Vincent, Brian Dawkins, Bobby Taylor. You had Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Larry
Still playing?
Allen. Yeah, they were still playing, bro.
And we were ass. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was, but at that point, you're talking to 2000.
We were on the downhill.
You're the yeah, for sure. So I'll give them that. The TV announcers for that game were Pat Summerall and John Madden.
Rip. R.I.P. Goddamn.
What a time to be alive, bro.
Goddamn. That's crazy. Well, Corey, We can get into some non NFC East things real quick as we go through
Yeah,
the
let's do a
the
little week one
week
recap.
week one recap. Some pretty significant games, I will say. There was actually like quite a lot of division games this week. Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears. Obviously, the NFC East had their division games.
Yep.
But I would say, to me, the most exciting game of the week: Steelers and
Was
Jets.
that was
Steelers and Jets.
for sure. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Let's just talk about the return of both uh, Aaron Rodgers as a starter, which I didn't think I was going to see in 2025, to be honest with you, after
Nah,
last
facts.
offseason.
I ain't
It's
gonna
like
lie. Now I'm praying on his downfall too,
every
but
day, every day, every day. And then also the return of a starter, Justin Fields,
who
and
had a great day.
I would say probably his best game of his entire career.
100%. a
Yeah,
100%. There's like a I'm a pseudo Justin Fields fan. I want him to do good. Not like a
yeah.
fan, but I just want him to do well.
I want all black QBs to do good, to be honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. I can take the same energy as wanting Aaron Rodgers to not do well. That's how well I want Justin Fields to do.
Thanks.
The problem that I have with the Aaron Rodgers take is that I also don't want Mike Tomlin to do bad.
Mm.
Don't ruin the legacy, bro. Yeah, don't ruin the legacy of Mike Tomlin, bro. I'll put the pause on you, bro.
Well, statistics is at least in Mike Tomlin's favor to not have a losing season. So
for sure, because I don't think he ever has a losing season.
No,
ever.
not yet.
So he gonna find a way to inch it out. Pause.
9-8 in that division. It might.
And wait,
it might.
Did the Jets miss a field goal at the end?
Yeah.
Damn, they could have won that game.
It was a lot of things happening. Like the Jets defense just in the second half completely went away. Like completely disappeared. The Steelers scored 17 in the fourth quarter. That's crazy.
Week one was kind of a tale of two halves, right? I feel like for a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
Some people started out hot and then fizzed away.
Somebody had a 3-hour delay. We'll get to that.
It took forever, bro. But like, I feel like everybody. If you watch the Ravens and Bills, if you watch the Vikings and Bears,
I think it wasn't even a tale of two halves for the Ravens and Bills. It was a tale
of
like
one quarter.
One quarter, literally. Because in that same quarter, they went up by 20. Then they just.
Nah, that's. Somebody told me, and then you had games like the Commanders and Giants.
Yeah.
Which, it's not really a hot take, but that first two drives, I was like, the Giants' offense doesn't look too bad. And they made it all the way down the field. They had no red zone plan at all, so they couldn't get into the end zone. So they got to fix that.
I had a different take. I had the issue with the play calling with the Giants. They still have the same prototypical, they're gonna run into obvious downs, they're gonna pass on the obvious downs. I ain't see a lot of good motion. I ain't see a lot of good what I would consider do like modern day offensive things that you need to do, especially when you have a player like what's in there?
Malik Neighbors?
Yeah, but you got Malik Neighbors, bro. You got to move him around the field, and they weren't.
No, for sure. And when he did have opportunities to route people up, he was routing them up.
He was.
So not being able to get him the ball was a little bit crazy. Mm-hmm. But I did like watching Scatterboo play, in the sense that he's like a Peyton Hillis type of player, right? Like he's not. Yeah, like he gonna crash, and I like that. I like that he gonna throw a nasty block out. He's hard to tackle. True. He's not really like a finesse player. There's not a lot of them players in the league, so I kind of like that feel. But I feel bad for Russ, bro, because I still don't believe Russ is as bad as everybody think. But maybe
I'm sorry.
Maybe I'm being blinded, bro. Maybe I'm being blinded by my fandom for Russ and my love for Sierra. That Russ is actually cooked, and I have to accept it.
I'm gonna say this. After watching the preseason, I'm entirely convinced that the Giants just don't want to fuck up Jackson Dart's first season. And so they're going to commit to Russ starting. And then even though he's third in the depth chart, I think Winston will leapfrog Dart if Russ goes out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they're going to want to start Dart this year. So
I agree.
That offensive line is trash.
I don't think they should. And
Yeah.
that's the problem for me is if you watch the first two drives,
Hmm.
they were playing fine. All the scripted plays were
Yeah.
good. And okay, here we go. That is my take for week one.
Scripted plays look good.
Everybody's scripted plays look great.
Yeah.
And then what the hell happened after the
Yeah.
scripted plays, bro? After the first 12 plays of the game, people got away from their script. Like
Hmm.
even I felt like the Eagles in their game, I feel like the Cowboys to a certain extent, not like too much,
I don't know. The
but
Cowboys' whole situation was just niggas dropping the ball.
just dropping balls. But I watched the
CD, what you doing?
Commanders. I feel like they got away from their like original game plan,
Yeah.
from their script. I didn't even watch the Tua game, but I was getting all the updates. I saw stuff on
Ooh,
Red Zone.
they don't even have a script. Oh my God, Tua.
Just
First
Tua,
off, you will never see a starting lineup on a fantasy team ever
no,
again, bro.
ever again,
That was
never.
you threw my game single handedly, and I had AJ Brown only score a point and a half. Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, yeah, we messed that one up. But Tua, they call it Tua turn the ball over,
Tua,
which is hilarious to me.
whew, quick years,
He's
bro. Better start warming up that shoulder,
Yeah,
boy.
warm it up,
Get ready.
man. And I'm a fan of kind of letting some of these quarterbacks sit, but you
Mhm.
got to win now. There was a
Yeah.
report that came out today that said Brian Daboll had went to. I say a report. I read a tweet
Mm.
that said Brian Daboll went to like the general manager or owner or whatever and was asking or inquiring about starting Jackson Dart. And I was like, I want to get as NFL franchises and as
Yeah.
fans, we have to implore a 3-game rule.
Mhm.
We cannot panic off of the first game, y'all.
First week is kind of crazy. I'm not
We
gonna
can't
lie.
panic off of the first. We got to get to about week 4, and by
Mhm.
week 4, that's enough game film of real time game film, not the preseason stuff. This
Mhm.
is enough real time game film for me to say, hey, we need to move off.
I say by the bye week for
Likely,
everyone's bye week. If you can get to that,
but some people
that's
bye
fine.
week ain't till week
Till
9,
12
10.
or yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not waiting that long, brother.
yeah.
I'll get us to week 4. By
A trade
week 4,
deadline
that's it.
week 8.
Yeah, week 8 is about as
Two
far
is it
as you
two
should
two?
go.
Yeah,
It's about as far as you should go. But
yeah,
week 4, bro, it's not. I have been in the past supporter of starters playing throughout the preseason,
yeah.
but I get it. You got to protect your assets, and the real season, the regular season, what counts.
Yeah.
Which, think about it this way. I never thought about it this way until this season. When we watch the preseason, bro, we're watching people job interview.
True.
I ain't never thought about that. Like at any level, like you going to go get a job, like I got my job, you got your job, and we went to our job interview on campus or whatever it may be. But it's millions of people watching it.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you pulled up to your job, they asked you a question and you had to answer the question, but like it's being live streamed to a million people, and people are like, I don't know, I don't really like that answer, bro. I wouldn't hire him. Like, but that's how we do with football, right? That's how we doing is we watching the game and he missed a block. I'm like, hey, he cut him, get him out of there.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like there's no amount of hiding if an offensive lineman is bad or not, in my opinion.
No, yeah,
Preseason,
you can't.
early season, you don't make it's not even necessarily being the best block. It's just like reading the what's happening in front of you and not being able to make a decision on a block. You know what I'm saying? And I think the best example of that out of this week, it was it the Titans? No. Was it? Oh, it was the Texans. The Texans offensive line got to be considered the worst offensive line in the league right now. They could not pick up a stunt if Birdman hand delivered it to him. Like
Them
it was
first
that
week
bad.
stunts are important. If you're a defensive line, the first couple of weeks, really,
Hmm.
you should be stunting all the time. As a matter of fact, I think that's what the Cowboys did very well against the Eagles offensive line.
Eberflus, bro.
Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I done watched that game 4 times now. 3 times as an Eagles fan, once as a football fan. Right? Y'all's defensive scheme was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Like I have not seen, and it was executed well.
Hmm.
And people were like, "Oh, AJ Brown didn't get no targets," and I was like, "You want to watch this film? The man couldn't get no targets.
He
He
was
gonna have
double
to throw,
coverage, bracketed, passed
bro,
off.
all game. There's a pass that Dak made to Jake
Hmm.
Ferguson, bro. He threw
Oh, in
it.
the end zone.
No, it was close to the end zone. It
Oh,
was to
okay.
the sideline, little post route, and the man was triple covered. Now, Grant, this was still a fantastic pass.
Yeah,
It went above the defenders. Jake Ferguson went up, grabbed it, but ended up getting broken up by the defender
yeah,
whenever he was bringing the ball back down. In unless you're an elite style quarterback, and of course I'm wearing the Eagles hat,
sure.
I do think that that Dak is there when he wants to be there.
If
You cannot move
everyone wants
me
to put their biases aside and not and forget
a hundred
that he's
percent.
having a star on his helmet, he's a top five QB every single year outside of
You're
last
not gonna
year.
move me out off of that. Like
No,
I believe in Dak that way,
yeah,
and he will do things like throw this pass. It would piss me off if Jalen Hurts threw this pass. Not that Jalen Hurts wouldn't make it. I'm just saying it's really not a great. The success rate is not high. It's a fantastic
there's like
pass.
three QBs in the league who will make that pass
Or
today.
there's just three people. So
Yeah,
it's like, do you want him to make that pass and it be incomplete, which is what happened to Jake Ferguson,
sure.
or do you want him to pull the ball down and run for 3 or 4 yards?
Yeah,
Like it's what you want in your quarterback. For me, I'll take the Jalen Hurts scrambling
sure.
around. If you want the gunslinger, that's fine. Whatever it may be, it was just I feel like the Cowboys defense had a fantastic game plan and they executed it very well. And I didn't really see that until I was watching it from my NFL fan standpoint because the other three I was watching from the Eagles
I
fan
respect it.
standpoint. So
I watched it with the most critical eye every single time I've watched it because as you're talking about the defense scheme and saying how crazy it is, everything in the back of my mind is like it'd be crazy if we had a top five pass rusher in the league being able to help.
and you saw he got a sack too.
Yeah, he got a sack. He's like, hey, listen, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. We just lost a Hall of Famer, and in a way that is like so devastating to me. Like,
No
I don't
facts.
even.
Talk about that because we haven't had to talk about this, bro.
Yeah,
What's give me the Micah Parsons feel, bro? What happened? How you
I
feel?
mean, listen, if you want me to be real with you, I mean, shit happens in team makeups, right? Like the Eagles once traded a prime LaShawn McCoy. You know, shit
This is true.
happens.
Chip Kelly.
Chip, and that's even more to the point. It could be one person in the organization who has some ounce of power. It just happens that we have the person with the ultimate power who decides off of emotion. And I
That's
think,
crazy.
to me, listen, I'm gonna try to be fair. If shit wasn't gonna work out, and you know we can't sign Micah long term, right? Because realistically, you not signing Micah long term gives you the opportunity to sign about five other players long term that you wouldn't have gotten that opportunity with. So
That's
I
true.
can understand that mentality and that mindset of like, do I spread the wealth or do I give it all to one player? I probably would have given it all to one player if I'm being honest with you, but I can understand it at least. The problem is not the thought process. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's the process in which you do it, and doing it when like the trade value is its all time low. Like there's the draft is we're past it by 3, 4, or 5 months. You know, this happens draft night. You not only getting the Packers first round pick that night, you probably getting the Packers next 3 to 4 seconds and thirds and maybe throw in a fourth. Like there's ways to go about this, and Jerry just never does it in a way that a normal GM will. So the
Right.
frustration for a Cowboy fan is like, can we ever just be normal? Like if we're trading away Micah Parsons, all right, fuck it, do it, but can you do it in a way that's like a little bit normal? Like
No,
not
that wouldn't be the Cowboys.
that, and that's the problem, Like as a fan of my hometown team, right? A lot of people are Cowboys fans, and they Cowboys fans from out of the state of Texas. Them motherfuckers is crazy because you chose this life for a reason outside of the proximity. I was born into the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's in my backyard. So, um, my feeling towards them is inherently that's where family is. So that's where I live, and that's where my heart is. I can be upset, but at the end of the day, I can never go away from my fandom. Um, I say all that to say this: it sucks because of that, though. Like we're so wrapped up into it. We just want a normal season and a normal free agency and a normal like if we're trading niggas like trade them normally. You know what I mean? Like
Do it at the
if you gonna do the thing where you're trying
deadlines.
to get the Herschel Walker Vikings thousands of picks, Actually do it. You know what I'm saying? Because now we got to see him in 3 games. Like,
I feel you. I feel you. I
yeah,
just that's asking a lot for a Jerry Jones Cowboys to do something normal.
yeah.
Right? Like
I think
they
that's the whole thing is yeah, we know that now too. That's why like
yeah,
I wasn't as depressed as when Luka got traded. There was no reason in the world why Luka gets traded for 80 and 1 first, right? Like
that's true.
there's no discernible good reason for that. You can kind of understand, but at the same point in time,
No, I
mid-season
feel you.
for 1 first, that's crazy. That was heartbreaking. When Micah got traded, I'm just like, yeah. I mean, if I didn't
But
already lose
you
a generational prospect this year, I might be a little bit more hurt. But
it's a crash out for sure. I I what I don't understand was the Packers part of it. Because I know a
mm,
lot of Cowboy fans who hate the Packers more than they hate basically anybody else. It's like the Packers and 49ers,
mhm.
and then I guess you can throw Eagles in there too. But some of them hate the Packers more than they hate the Eagles.
Yeah,
And the Packers are young and up and coming. Like they're just a couple of pieces away from being a very
oh,
scary team.
for sure they're winning a Super Bowl in the next 2 years. I don't think that
So
there's even like a discussion to say that there's an argument against it. They just re-upped multiple individuals on their offensive skill depth. They really only had one spot where they didn't have a generational talent that could push them forward, and that was an edge rusher. I mean, they had Lucas Van Ness, but like that's not Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying?
no, exactly. Well,
So
nobody's Michael
now you
Parsons.
have you have a defense that's crazy, man. The linebackers are good. The DBs are good enough that Micah's gonna help them out. To me personally, if I'm a Packers fan, Jordan Love got paid.
Yeah,
Micah got paid.
yeah,
You got some offensive linemen that are coming up that need to get paid. Now you got the same questions that the Cowboys had this offseason
yeah. But
on
if you,
how you gonna spread that
how you
wealth
gonna get
without
them?
any draft assets for the next 2 years.
Everybody needs to restructure now.
Hmm. And they
They
probably will because it's the
need to do it
Packers.
now,
That's the
bro.
thing. They gonna do it in like 2 months. Everyone's gonna be restructured to where it needs to be.
The city gotta come around. You know, they say the city owns the team or whatever. They
You
gotta
know,
get their
the
money
fans on the
together.
team.
The
Yeah,
fans, the city, the fans, whatever. Uh, that's what they gotta do. They gotta come together, put their little coins. You throw a little 5 in here, a little 10 here.
they'll be fine.
No, I think they will too, which is why I think the trade to them. If I was gonna be Jerry Jones, there's no disrespect to Micah. I would have traded you to a awful team, bro.
Oh,
I'd have
bro,
traded you to an
bro,
awful team, bro.
you would be tomorrow, Jacksonville Jaguar, hands
A
down,
100%,
hands
bro.
down.
100%. You're
And
not
I'll take
going to
every single one of
no.
them motherfucking picks too, because you know they would give it to us.
I'll send you to Jacksonville, Tennessee. Don't don't play with me. I'm not sending you to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have
Why
to
would I send
see
you to a
you.
preferred destination? The only way that makes sense to me is if eventually they want to get him back. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'll be honest with you. There is a world in which 5 to 6 years Micah decides to return back to the Cowboys. Like
Man,
that
in
is
5 to 6 years, he gonna be sticks and bones.
he might,
He
but
gonna be
he's still
Ezekiel
gonna have his
Elliott,
name,
but he's
and he
Zeke
gonna
at that
probably cost a
time.
little bit less.
But for what? To get ran at? No,
Yeah,
the whole time y'all said
yeah.
we needed to shore up the run game.
I ain't gonna lie,
Nah,
and we could talk about too, man. Like that was a big discussion point before game, right? Before the Micah trade specifically, the Cowboys hadn't addressed the DT position, and there was a lot of talk about like, oh, the run game is gonna go crazy for the Eagles against the Cowboys. And to be honest, the first half was a bit of that, but when you actually kind of like look at the tape, it's like because of pass coverage, Jalen Hurts was going stupid,
mm,
but then you have Saquon only getting 68 yards for the game. So it's like, well, we gave up a lot of rushing because of, what I mean, like
no,
A
that's
and
true.
B. No, we didn't
Now
have rush lanes for the pass coverage, unfortunately.
let it be told, and I don't think this is the case because the coordinator, the Eagles offensive coordinator, said that the box wasn't stacked that much. We just didn't block it well. There were a bunch of missed assignments apparently, which is not a good thing to say.
Yeah, it's a
Though it
weird
is week
comment.
one. But I watched the game, brother. I seen how many people were coming down in that box.
There
It
were
was a
second
lot of
ones.
people down there. I'm about to say, man,
It was some disguised coverages because I
don't
think it was
no,
like
100%.
pre-snap it was not, and then you would have a safety just fucking sprint down out of nowhere
It
and
was
be like,
crazy,
nah,
and
fuck
you
that
were
shit.
doing a bunch of line slides, and I think we were running a bunch of gap scheme instead of zone scheme runs, and
Yeah.
that's my problem. I've went over this in videos
Hmm.
before. My problem with gap scheme runs is that if you have a defensive coordinator who's smart like Eberflus, and you run a bunch of gap schemes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to stunt all game
Hmm.
because the gap scheme is kind of a man scheme, a man blocking scheme. I got this person to this person or whatever, but it's not a zone scheme where I'm going to block whoever shows up in my zone.
Yeah.
So as soon as you start to move in, it messes all that up, bro. You have
Yeah.
to think too much. And as a lineman, as smart as we are, we're very dumb as well. We
Yeah.
don't want to think too much. We just want to follow our rules and make our blocks.
You want to
So
block the person in front of you. That's pretty much it.
So I don't. I just. I'm interested to see how we play this week against the
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the same issues that the Cowboys have defensively, the Chiefs have. So I feel like you'll have a pretty similar. I mean, better linebackers. So maybe a little bit less free running for Jalen Hurts, but
Right,
he did
right.
that during the Super Bowl. He was fine. So
But edge rushing is a problem for us. We couldn't get home. We couldn't get home. Some of that.
but
The
when
one time we
your
did get home, that
all-world
boy.
defensive tackle goes out of the game, a lot of the focus doesn't it?
Man, let's talk about that, bro.
Yeah, let's
First
talk
and
about it.
foremost, Dak a whole ass nigga.
Okay, can we
We
just
gotta start. We gotta start. Cause I'm gonna call a spade on both ends. Jalen, I'm speaking directly to you, Jalen Carter, my boy. I know you a crash out, no pun intended. Spitting on somebody
that was layered. That was
that
layered.
is layered. You know what I'm saying? Spitting on somebody is the most disrespectful thing you can do. And respectfully, and this is as an Eagles fan, if you were to do that to me, I got to see you.
I don't
Like
care
in
how big
game
you is,
after
nigga.
game, yeah. Well, I got to see you. Even if I take the L, we need 5 minutes.
You getting
All
got.
right. Now, granted, when we went back and seen the tape and seen Dak spit, and everybody's argument is this: oh, he spit on the ground. Well, first off, we got to take the whole clip in its entirety. You saw him walk up, spit in the direction of Jalen Carter, back up, smile and grin. You seen the clip. You know what he was doing. But if you don't think that spitting at somebody is not almost the equivalent of spitting on somebody, let me ask you this question, my
Okay.
brother. When you go to the gas station,
That's where
hold
we're gonna
on.
defer.
When you go to the gas station, here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not saying it's the same. I'm just saying it's close. Go to the gas station every day. Walk past, the homeboy who's the guy who's sitting outside, doing what he's doing. And every time you walk past him, I want you to hawk up and spit a loogie in that person's direction at his feet. And you tell me how many times you need to do that without getting away with something.
We're gonna defer because the facts have now divulged from what actually happened. So
did he spit at his feet?
he spit. No, they were like at least 4 or 5 feet away from each other when he spit.
Do you know how far I can hawk a loogie?
I would be really impressed if you can hock a loogie and actually hit someone 4 to 5 feet away from you.
Insert the YouTube clip because I can do this right now. I can do it right now.
Listen,
in a bucket from 7 feet.
I feel like it can be done. That wasn't what actually did happen.
I got a gap teeth.
Like
you
could see Dak coming through, spitting through his lineman, and like it being right there. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
Go
this.
ahead.
One, yeah, Jalen Carter dumb as fuck because no matter what Dak does in that moment, the incorrect response is spitting on him. Like regardless of what you want to do, he could have pushed him. He could have, you know what I mean? Like he wouldn't have got kicked out of the game. He's get 15 yards, and I think Dak was like, oh yeah, I'm about to get 15 free yards right here. But he took it a step further than that, and that's just bro, no. But I'm trying to get to the point where like Jalen Carter's mentality is something that is going to be a problem for the Eagles.
He's too easily swayed.
He's way too easily.
He's way too easily swayed, and I agree with that. That's why I said earlier, no pun intended, he a crash out.
Yeah.
You can get him off his game, and that's the thing I don't like about Jalen Carter. Yeah. And some like I need you to have a level of dog, and I want you to go to the edge.
Because now Corey, every lineman for the rest of the season
is going to do that.
They're going to spit
at him They may even spit on him. They're gonna try anything they
They gonna
can
try.
to
They gonna
get
do
him.
something.
Yeah, I've always been okay. If I can neutralize you as an offensive lineman as anybody else, I'm gonna do what I can to neutralize you.
Yeah.
In high school, it's pretty easy. If you can get a team arguing, they're out their game. They lose their focus, whatever. So I'm gonna do stuff to make them argue amongst each other. In college, it was a little bit different. You had to learn a person to figure out what made that person mad.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was talking about that girl or something. I don't know, but I'm not saying I did that. I did, but you got to figure out what's gonna make them get off their thing. You got to go to the edge and then not go beyond that. You just got to get up there. Take what you have. You know what I'm saying? If he gonna spit at you, okay, cool. Sack him, and then when you leave him walking away, spit close to him.
Yeah, you got.
I don't
pull
know.
Back.
You gotta, yeah.
You can't match intensity of a situation to the degree where you can possibly be removed from a game, and that's just like
exactly.
That's just
and the second person always get caught.
Yeah.
Second person always be the first to infringe. I say that all the time. If you're gonna infringe, be the first to do it.
What's crazy is like it was such an odd situation because it's like Jalen Carter. Why before the snap is happening are you in the Cowboys or near the Cowboys huddle? Like that's a failure not just on Jalen. Like where's his teammates to pull his ass back before he starts walking towards the Cowboys huddle? Like ain't nothing good about to happen. Ain't nothing good about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, that I don't mind. I need my Brandon Graham.
I get why Eagles fans can be mad at Dak in a capacity of like Dak rage baited a player and got kicked out of the game. I get it. I don't necessarily agree to it. To the level of like people, I can't tell you the tweets that I've seen, but there are some where I'm like, truly, whoever's tweeting this needs to be in jail. Cause like,
here's the thing that got me, bro. It's him talking about, oh yeah, I spit all the time. You could have turned around,
but he does though. But
that's fine.
But he does
that's fine.
though.
That's fine. You could have, and you could have left it right because remember he spit first and he's backing up. So he spits, he's backing up, he grins.
Yeah.
Which makes me believe that was an intentional spit, but whatever. So he spits, he backs up, he grins.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter says, "You trying to spit on me?" Dak presses forward. Okay, Dak, if you really wasn't about that or didn't want to do nothing like that, you could have backed up too.
Sure.
So the same thing you saying about Jalen Carter, why he even going towards the huddle, is the same thing I say about Dak. I get it. You're trying to bait them to do the thing. Yeah. Jalen might have been doing the same thing. He might have been trying to bait a penalty out too. So it's like they both being dumb. Jalen was just being dumber because, again, the second person always gets caught.
I'll be so for real. Jalen was the only one being dumb. Dak was being very intentional with how he would have.
No, I think Jalen was too, right? Like Jalen's trying to at the very beginning. The reason why he's even going to the huddle, he's trying to do the same thing. He's trying to
psych out the rookie.
He's trying to exactly. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get get in their head already.
And I'm gonna tell you this: what team would not want a quarterback who says you trying to get at my rookie? Bet. And do some antagonizing shit to get back at you. Because if Dak simply spitting on the ground in your general vicinity, not on you, not necessarily even at you, just kind of in the direction, get you to that point, hey man, every QB in the league, every offensive lineman in the league, they're gonna try to take that advantage too. So I can't see a world in which there couldn't have been a more strange situation to start a game, to be honest with you. And that game, Corey, I would say we've watched Eagles-Cowboys games for our entire lives, right? There's been some really physical Eagles-Cowboys games, and usually,
this is true.
Usually, it's a lot later in the year when something is like it matters a little bit more, because it's a divisional game. It always matters, but like,
which is why I hate it opening up with. I don't like.
It's so dumb.
Opening up with a division game, bro.
I'm fine when it's the Giants because them motherfucking games don't ever mean shit to us. Beat them by 40 every fucking time. You know what I'm saying?
We got a crazy schedule.
Yeah, it's bad. This year, I'm telling you, the NFC East got like the first place schedule out of the league. Like every team, because we got the AFC North, right?
They just don't want us to win, bro. We had the Cowboys off top. Then we got the Chiefs. Then we got the Rams. Then we got the Bucks, who we always struggle with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Then we got the Broncos, which Broncos is like a sneaky team. Like you can beat their ass or they can beat your ass, right? And then we got the Giants, cool, but we got Giants, Vikings, Giants.
That's a lot of Giants in 3 weeks.
Do you feel me? In 3 weeks span. Then the Packers. Then the Lions, we don't know where the Lions will be. Maybe this week was kind of a fluke, but maybe they'll be back on kind of path. Then you got
Yeah.
the Cowboys after the Lions. You got the Bears. You got the Chargers. The end is a little bit nice until we get here, right? You got the Bears, the Chargers, and the Raiders. So that's a nice little. I'll take that 3 weeks. But then you got the Commanders, the Bills, and the Commanders.
That's gonna be a tough ending.
Dog,
Tough ending.
they said
First place schedule.
You've been to enough Super Bowls. Let's
First place and Super Bowl schedule. Like that is what it is. Mind you, remember the Chiefs last year started with the Ravens first week, and the Ravens was like, I mean, projected to be like the top team of the year. Didn't the Ravens start out like really bad last year though? They were like 3.
They tripping. They might be starting up the same way this year.
I don't know, man. That game was crazy. I can't imagine they have another effort like that ever.
They find ways to lose games, bro.
You got to be on the hot seat for that shit.
Yeah, they find ways to lose games, which is crazy to me because they gotta. You see Derrick Henry just running and running over everybody.
He old as shit.
He be looking like he gliding, bro.
Old QBs or old running backs, I should say.
He just be gliding and stiff arming people into the earth. That's crazy.
I don't understand it. I'm really just kind of like, I don't get it. All right, Corey. We'll end the day off kind of talking through grades of our teams. I'll let you go first. Kind of tell me how you feel about the effort and.
All right, I'm gonna actually come up with a system so I can be consistent weekly. Sure. I don't have that system yet, but I'm gonna come up with like 5 things that I grade them on. But here's what I would like to say. I think the offense, I'll give them a grade of like a B-. Mm-hmm. So I think there was a lot of good. We had a lot of positive plays, didn't have a lot of negative plays. You only have 1 sack. I think Jalen played, and people have argued with me on YouTube and everything else. Jalen played one of his best games. Don't care what nobody says. It's going to be hard for you to tell me different after what I watched, decision-making wise. The thing I like about Jalen Hurts is that you can say he can't do whatever he doesn't do. Where I've seen him excel is his decision-making. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want my quarterback to do, is to make the right decisions, and he does that constantly. He played a fantastic game, and the offense followed that. That's number 1. Defense. I might have to get a defense like a C. This is like an even C, even closer to like a C-. The reason why I say that is this. 1, we really struggled to get home. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of like, in our secondary, like I wouldn't call it missed assignments, but like some of it was lack of effort. There's one play, the play where Miles Sanders broke and got caught by Zach Bond, which is crazy.
Can't believe he's in that.
That's insane. That should have been touchdown by any other running back.
I can't believe this nigga's on my team.
Yeah, maybe he sold for the Eagles. I don't know.
Hey, I'm about to say it's a double agent. It felt like it because he did that.
Zach
and
Bond is
fast,
but he should not. Yeah, facts. He's fast, but he should not. The play after this, we can talk about that. But anyway, Adoree Jackson. I was unfamiliar with his game. I'm not liking how he started week 1. Now he himself admitted that there's a lot that he had to change and like needs to get in and fix. And I like that type of talk. I can recognize why I didn't have a good game. Mm-hmm. Philly, there's a certain expectation, especially now with the secondary. And if you're not meeting that, I need you to have that type of talk and be like, all right, I got to get these things ready. Vic Fangio said today that he's going to be starting against CB2 this week. So, like, all right, I'm going to trust in Vic, but I need us to have a little bit more urgency in the press. Because my thing is this. With our defense right now, they can get to the quarterback. They just need a little bit more time. I can think about in the first drive, that corner route to CeeDee Lamb. Beautiful throw by Dak.
Crazy throw.
Jalen's Hunt. I think it was Jalen's Hunt.
Oh, he almost had a strip sack?
Yes, bro. About 4 inches away. Mm-hmm. And I'm just thinking, man, if we were able to, because CeeDee's probably still going to win that route, but if we're able to press him a little bit longer, a half a second longer, maybe Dak has to delay that throw when we get to the ball, right? Yeah. Like, so I want to see a little bit more of that. I want to see a little bit more creativity from the defensive side. So I give them a C, C-. Special teams, I'm gonna give an A. I think special teams did a good job from kicking to returning.
Yes, really
shout out to Jake Elliott too. Made a very long field goal. A hot take. I think the change to the kicking balls is really gonna help Jake Elliott and a lot of kickers. You're gonna see a lot of long field goals this year because they get to break in their kicking balls and keep them all year long.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. And I think effort wise, we can probably give more effort from the offensive line specifically. Landon Dickerson, my brother, I
He
love
hurt,
you. You a
dog.
dog. You gotta chill, bro. There was some when you was hurt, it was very evident, and you was getting your butt whooped because you were hurt, bro. And that's I was hurting our team.
Yeah.
So take it easy, man.
Well, he was going
Please,
out against Kenny Clark, and you don't want to put a hurt
no,
player against
a
Kenny
hurt
Clark.
player against Kenny, bro.
Yeah.
So we know you tough. We know you tough. Ain't nobody on the Eagles team that ain't tough. In my head, I know you a dog.
Yeah.
No, who? Name one. If they are, they got to be new.
Shipley? Did y'all not just trade for a running back?
He broke his ribs.
Seemed weak to me. Oh no! I feel you. I feel
That's funny.
you.
Nah, but he ain't nobody that's not tough on the Eagles. You have to be tough to play for the Eagles. So I know you tough. We know you tough, man. It's the beginning of the season, bro. You don't got to stretch it. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You don't have to do all of that. You can get your rest and make sure that you have a good season for the rest of the season and not get hurt and wreck your career or the season for you because you're trying to play it all out. So I
Brother,
think
you
the
gotta
Eagles
go
played
against
well.
Chris Jones next week,
I
and then the
know.
Rams defensive line the week after.
I know. I know. But
Oh
you
no!
know, you just hope you can scheme some of that out of there. You know what I'm saying? You just hope.
Jalen better be dropping back like Dak was in that first quarter, bro. You see
Nah,
how far
screens. No,
Dak
he was.
Dak was dropping back at least 10 steps before he
He was. The problem though is that with the edge rushers for teams like that, they get
they don't get to
vertical
you.
too fast. So
Yeah.
like you can't go too far back.
Yeah.
I think if we incorporate more screens, I think we'll be fine. We can slow down. First off, you can get Saquon to get a little freaky deaky, which I also did not like. I feel like they kept pulling Saquon too much. He would run two plays and they pull him out, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
keep
I would
that
say
man
this:
in.
the Saquon reps weren't the most inspiring this game. Like there was some where Saquon was going crazy. Like
He's so quick, man. Like
he was breaking tackles that I was like, nigga, how you breaking 3
I
tackles
don't
in
know.
one spot?
He's
And then there was others that he was just going down before he even got past the offensive line. Like, so it was a little hit and miss for me today or that day. But I feel you. All right, so overall,
yeah, what you got? Overall grade, I'm gonna say, in totality, a B minus.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair for a Cowboys Eagles game. Getting the Eagles to have a B minus at this part of the season when like our team is not put together is kind of good to hear. I ain't gonna
No, it wasn't. They played good. They
Yeah.
played good. It was just if the defense. Remember, I got B minus to the offense, a C minus to the defense, and I give like an A. So that kind of averaged it out for me. That's why to the special teams.
I feel you. All right, so the Cowboys grades. All right, I'm gonna do this by unit.
Oh, I like that too.
QB. Dak gets an A. Dak did everything you needed Dak to do. Motherfuckers just wasn't catching the ball. Dak threw a clear, beautiful dime touchdown to Jake Ferguson, and you can't drop it. You gotta go to the hospital, Jake. I'm sorry. You gotta catch that ball and possibly be out for the next 2 to 3 games, but you need to catch that ball, Jake. That was crazy to drop. Dak threw, I want to say, at least 3 game-saving passes to CeeDee Lamb in that last quarter.
That's true.
And CeeDee dropped him, and I don't think you'll ever see that again from CeeDee.
No. He'll never perform like he did.
He had 4 drops this game.
That was an aberration.
He had 6 total last season. So I don't, and that number may be wrong, but like he had the majority of his drops in this game that was spread out across 18 games last year. So definitely not happening again. Yeah, I think Dak definitely A. That was crazy. Wide receivers C minus. Pickens.
Okay.
If you look back on the tape, Pickens is in a contract year, and you can tell whenever he's not either the first or the second read because he does not run his routes.
That's a giveaway too.
And he on blocking reps will not put his body on the line, and it's very obvious. He better stop that shit. I'm gonna be real with you. You ain't getting that contract if you do what you did this game. Now, there's one pass that would have got. If Pickens had 4 receptions for 76 yards, I'll give him an A. Even with the lackadaisical passing, route running, and then the blocking reps. Uh, but he got a penalty. It was like a 50-yard penalty essentially. I think it was on Quinion, or was it on Dory? Either way,
The
fix that.
OPI.
You had a good game. The
Mm.
the receivers behind Pickens and Lamb were
Oh
not
yeah.
noteworthy. Um, Running backs, Javonte Williams really did well, but I'm gonna give this a C because Miles Sanders, you can't get run down. You can't. You can't get run down on a breakaway touchdown. You can't do that. And then you absolutely fucking can't fumble the ball 2 plays later.
Hey, and if Dak didn't make a Superman tackle, boy,
That gets an A plus just for that tackle. To be
yeah,
honest with you,
that would have been
might have been the
touchdown.
best
That was
tackle
a
in the whole fucking
crazy
game.
tackle. No, for sure.
So that was crazy. Offensive line, I'm gonna give him a solid. I'm gonna give him a B minus. I'm gonna give it a B minus. I'm gonna be critical about this, right? Tyler Booker is a rookie. He's got reps that he needs go through to be able to get on par.
Is he a left guard?
He's a right guard. Tyler Smith is a left guard, and Tyler Smith was handling people that game. All right. And I'm gonna say this: the Clayton Adams, our offensive coordinator, said at the offseason, we're gonna do things, but we're only gonna do things that we do well. And one thing that Tyler Booker doesn't do well is pulling. He didn't do that much this game.
Mm.
One thing that Tyler Smith does exceptionally well is pulling, and they did that shit a good amount on these run plays, and you could tell because they were getting some good yardage on those plays where he's getting pulls. So I'm encouraged by that. I'm honestly encouraged. Cooper Beebe is on a track to. I say he's probably gonna be an All Pro at this year. I think he had a phenomenal game on the inside. I think he did really really well. He's gonna need to have an All Pro year because I think Tyler Booker's gonna need some help,
No
especially as he's
facts.
getting used to NFL blocking. But honestly, interior offensive line didn't do too bad. Terrence Steele did okay. I'm actually really impressed. It looks like he's healthy, so hopefully good year on him. And then Tyler Guyton, he made some mistakes, but honestly, bro, that bitch slap was so funny that I gotta give him the credit. That shit was crazy, and the fact that like he did that so smoothly, like that not
That
even one
wasn't
ref looked his
smooth.
way.
Oh, buddy should have seen that shit. That was some
That shit was
bullshit.
crazy, Corey. I mean, like I've done it before too, but I've gotten penalized as soon as I do that shit. That man slapped the. He said, "What did the 5 fingers say to the face?" Slap.
And it should have
Um.
been illegal hands to the face offense.
Either way, offensive line did kind of mid. In my opinion, they need to be a lot better at not letting the pocket get pushed in on pass reps. It happened a lot. Dak responded really well, and this is part of why he graded so high. He was able to really navigate. Cowboys didn't take a sack, right? Did we get a sack?
No, they almost did that one time.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis was on him. He broke out. I don't know
Yeah.
how he did that. Some Carson Wentz Superman shit.
Dak, if he's at that level for the whole season,
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Yeah,
he
it's gonna be
this
tough.
may be finally the year that I can say Dak may push for MVP. But we had to win games, and I don't know if we're gonna do that. So it is what it is. Um, so there. Defensively, man, man, if we just had an All-Pro fucking edge rusher, I wonder if we're gonna get some sacks. Because there was a few times where the rush was getting there, and
Yep.
then Jalen Hurts just said, "Hey, let me scoot up a little bit and run this way."
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. And got the hell up out of there.
He did, bro. Jalen Hurts is phenomenal at avoiding the rush. We did really bad at hitting our rush lanes, though. So, like, Devontae Fowler probably had one of the worst games I've ever seen of an edge on the Cowboys team in years. Sam Williams, not that much better. They're really undisciplined in the run game, and then on the passing game, they just like did not do what was needed to really make an impact. Marshawn Nealon is gonna be a dog, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, he's probably gonna hit the Pro Bowl if he plays the way he
Mm,
played in this game. I'm
okay.
really encouraged. He was the best edge rusher, hands down. He was able to actually get Lane Johnson on his back at once, and that's like second year guy who didn't play all year last year because he was injured. That's pretty fucking impressive.
No, for sure.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how he develops this year because he needs to still develop his pass rush technique. He basically him and Donovan Ezraku just need to get in the lab together because like what Donovan does really well, Marshawn doesn't do as well, and then what Marshawn does really really well, Donovan does not. And they're going to be the two main guys for our defensive ends unit for the next few years. Unfortunately, because we just lost the Hall of Famer. So um, that part of the team I give probably a D because they just didn't do what I needed them to do. Defensive tackles, Kenny Clark and Osa, dogs did really well to
Mm-hmm.
push the pocket in. I'm gonna give them a B. DBs, I'm gonna give them an A. When you hold Devontae Smith and AJ Brown to like quite literally under 20 yards, I think total, or was it
It
like
was
30
it
something
was
yards?
it was bad, bro. And I'm telling you, they were running like this cover four man match shell that was like only man matched on certain routes, which is crazy if you think about that.
Hmm.
So it looks it was wild, bro. I've not seen obviously this is a defense that's probably been ran before. I'm just saying I haven't seen that ran against us in a long time, and not like it was ran on Thursday, bro.
If you told me that the best part of our defense coming into this game was going to be the DBs, I probably had laughed in your face. Um, because that was all off season. That was the biggest concern. Is like, well, who's going to be the guy after Trayvon, and who's going to be the guy for yada yada yada. We don't have Siobhan Ravel yet, but Kyer Elam looked good. Like
Yeah,
did decent. Andrew Booth had one really big completion, and that was the Johan Doxson, and that did kind of end the game for us, low key. But I mean, like if that's the only big things that we giving up, I'm not mad at it. So defense, overall, I say probably a C plus. Um, a lot of improvement, like the run fits. Um, it's about consistency is my biggest thing. First half, terrible. Second half, quite good. I ain't gonna lie,
no,
really
for
quite good.
sure.
So
Especially after
overall,
the delay.
yeah, the delay helps for sure. Helps defensively for both teams, I thought too, because there was
Oh
no
yeah,
point
yeah.
scored at all after the delay, which is crazy because there was like a quarter and a half to play. Um, but either way, overall, I'm gonna give the Cowboys a C minus. I think that there needs to be a lot of cleanup. I give credit to the coaching staff for putting together a
Mm-hmm.
very disciplined approach. We didn't have a penalty in a way that completely fucked us in the game, and that in previous years, we get into like 10 penalties for 100 and some yards, but the Eagles did this game, so I was like, all right,
Yeah,
we'll
we
take
went
it.
crazy. We had 9 for 110.
That's crazy. But oh, I forgot special teams. Special teams, A plus. Butters, bro, best kicker in the league, hands down. There's not a
Yeah, he's
doubt in my mind,
crazy.
bro.
He's kind of a cheat code.
I really wanted them at the half. I don't know if I was the only one in that. You're a fan of football, so you probably wanted to see it too. They got to the half,
No,
like
I wanted them to
50.
kick. Yes.
I was like, just kick it from there. Like you don't even need to try to run another play, but they still did. Kudos to the offense for being able to get up and do the reverse of what happened to the playoffs and the Dallas against the 49ers where they needed to spike the ball. Um, they actually did that well. So good job. I think both teams. I'm encouraged. 24-20. Next game is probably going to be it's heat of November, so
Yeah, it'll be. It's like around that Thanksgiving time,
the
honestly.
week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so it'll be proving grounds because I think we'll both be in positions where it's like a very important game to play.
Either here's what I'm hoping for, Corey. I can tell you my season outlook. I either want the Cowboys to get into the playoffs, or if they don't, motherfucker, if y'all don't just fucking tank, if y'all don't just tank the fucking year, if
They
this
not
ain't the
gonna
perfect
tank.
2 years to just tank, bro. We just lost a generational pass rusher. Go get me another one, bro. Go get me another one. What's the old boy from LSU?
I don't know. I'm on Clemson this year.
Harold Perkins Jr. My eyes are on you, buddy. I, I
You don't
keep on
want Arch
playing, bro.
Manning?
Huh?
You don't want Arch Manning?
Fuck no. I didn't want Arch Manning before this year. I'm gonna be real with you, brother. Like he needs at least another year. I don't think that he's ready to go to the NFL anytime soon. But you know who I do? If we do get a QB, Lenore
Who?
Sellers. Lenore Sellers from South Carolina. Hey, he's not gonna be a first round pick. He's gonna probably be like 3 or 4. You can develop him, bro. He got a good arm on him, and he runs.
Go get the QB from Tarleton State.
I'm good.
Hey man, we 3-0, baby.
Hey,
3-0.
congratulations, you beat Army though. That was pretty dope. The nation's defense budget is crying.
TSU to the Big 12.
What's up?
We beat Army and Army beat Kansas State. TSU to the Big 12. Let's go.
Y'all don't want to do that. First off, TCU is going to require them to change their colorway a little bit before you come. Since y'all want to try to be
we'll smack.
No, I'm trying to say.
Never mind. Let me hold my let me hold my, you know what I'm saying? I do have a little bit of discrepancy there, so I'll hold my tongue, but don't get it twisted, man.
All right, my boy. Appreciate you for joining in, everybody. We're gonna be back at a regular time next week, and I will have a better mic. So if the audio's fucked, sorry.
And deuces and go birds, baby.
Peace. All right.